Diabetes is one of the most difficult conditions to control. It requires a lot of discipline, many finger sticks every day, medications to keep blood sugars from spiking up and crashing down, and often turning down favorite foods. Hunter Carr was dealing with all of that until he found a unique treatment.
We came to this infusion treatment, and so we started taking the infusion treatment, which corrected my resistance to my insulin and made my insulin start working, which helped me reduce my insulin intake by 70%.
After suffering from diabetes 25 years, Carr says he could no longer control his blood sugar, no matter how much insulin he took. Because the treatment made a believer out of him, he purchased a center with hopes of helping as many diabetics as possible.
Ready to go.
This patient lives in Colorado. Even though it's a lot of traveling back and forth, Alan Hepford says it's worth it because he claims the treatment has given him his life back.
It has been by far the absolute best investment. I've decreased medications just one after another. The neuropathy is gone.
Plus, he says he has high energy that he hasn't felt in years.
All ready for treatment.
After the initial stick of the IV, patients just rest during the 3-hour infusion. Patients often begin with once-a-week treatments, then decrease it to every 3 to 4 weeks.
By doing the infusion treatments, by doing by taking our tablets, and then doing exercise and the normal things you do with diabetes, those things cause your metabolism to then start metabolizing the carbs, which gives you energy. And that's the number one thing patients say when we're interviewed is, it gave me so much energy.
Dr. David Hayes still believes in traditional therapy for diabetes, but he says when it's not used in combination with a treatment like this, symptoms often spiral out of control.
People have nerve damage, which ends up in pain. They have kidney damage, which ends up on dialysis, or they end up on dialysis. Wounds can then fester, and then amputations can occur. So there's a great deal of suffering related to diabetes. And unfortunately, traditional therapies, while they do have great benefit and should be applied, many times for some won't really stop those things from happening.
But Dr. Hayes says he has seen this treatment stop those problems, especially from major surgery. This diabetic burned his foot. Many times that might end up in amputation because it wouldn't be able to heal. But a few days later, there was little evidence of the injury. Pastor Bob Phillips can finally preach again because his symptoms have gotten so much better after the infusions.
I had very severe neuropathy, even to the point where I couldn't have a sheet, over my feet at night because of the discomfort. And so it's a constant needle-like pain, that you have in your feet. Occasionally I would get it in my hands, but it affected my eyesight. My wife drove me most places, and it affected energy levels tremendously, no energy. It affected just about everything.
Not anymore. No more neuropathy. He's driving on his own now and back in the pulpit. Melissa Wilson, Fox 26 News.